Hey everybody, welcome into Rock Painting 101. Today we are giving one of our very first tutorials, a little winter gnome, a Valentine's Day makeover. How adorable are these? Once you're done watching this tutorial, you'll be able to kind of give your gnomes a wardrobe change for really any holiday that you like, not just Valentine's Day, but these are just the cutest. They're great for hiding around town. You could easily personalize this and add somebody's name in the heart. Just so much fun. So if you enjoyed the tutorial, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And of course, if you haven't yet, you can subscribe at any time in the bottom right-hand corner of the video. So I did this guy live and I ended up blocking a lot of my camera angle during the video. So I'm just gonna do another one real quick and be a little bit more careful to make sure you guys can see what I am doing. So we're doing these adorable Valentine's Day gnomes. We've had the gnomes on the site for a really long time. It was one of the very first tutorials that I had put on here. So all you're going to do is split your rock in half, top from bottom. His face will be right in the center, okay? So to do the bottom of his beard, we're going to do a very wide bottomed U shape, like so. And then we're just going to go ahead and fill that in all the way with white because it's going to take a couple layers here. So we're going to get one base coat layer of the white on here first. A little bit of that will soak in. I like to pull my streaks in the same way the hair would be, just because that will help in the long run as well. Now, while that's drying, we're going to put down the base shape for our actual hat. So find where you want the point to be. You can have it kind of curve off to the side. You can have it go straight up, however you want. And you're going to go from the corner of the beard here all the way up to the tip top of where you want your hat to be. So we're going to pull that down and then we're going to pull it down to the other side as well. And we're going to leave about kind of like the shape of an eye in the center there that will go back and add our face when we're all said and done. Now you can decorate, like you can see from all these different designs. You can decorate your hat however you want to. You can do it in whatever color combination that you feel like doing. I am going to do this one, let's say red with pink hearts in it. So I'm just going to do outlines of hearts. I'm going to fill them in with pink later, but just so that when I'm filling in, I can avoid them just a little bit, just like that. We're just going to do 3. We're going to keep this one pretty simple. But obviously you can make these as detailed or as simple as you want them to be. So we're going to fill in our hat shape, and then you can decide if you want his shoes to be the same as your hat color or the same as your heart color. It's totally up to you. I think I'm going to do it the same as the hat, like that. So for your shoes, you're just going to do these little scallops. Actually, I'm not going to add the shoes yet because we still want to add a little bit of gray in our beard. So our first layer of white is pretty dry now. So I'm going to take and go right on top of my beard with a few vertical stripes of gray, just like this. And we're going to go right back on top with our white in that same direction, right on top of that gray. And we're just going to pull those gray stripes down from the top to the bottom. It just gives it a little bit of texture and depth. Now you want to doodle off the tip of your white until you don't see any gray left. See that? Back to white. Alrighty, now while that's drying, we're kind of bouncing back and forth while things are drying, which is great with these pens. If you're using acrylic, you can step away a little bit. We're going to fill in our hearts, and I like to make a V shape and then kind of expand the tops. Helps me keep that indent at the top when I'm making smaller hearts. So V shape like that, and then we can kind of add the little arches at the top. V shape with our arches, just like that. And I might even add just a couple little, maybe we'll just do little dots along the rim of his hat. Just one more little fun accent. Okay. Now our beard is mostly dry, so we can go in and add our little feet. And they're just these little half circles down at the bottom of his beard, like so. And if we're dry enough, I still see a little wetness. We're going to give that 1 more minute to dry before we go in and add our heart, but we can fill in our face here. So we just go left to right, right under the rim of our hat and fill that space in. And then we're going to add a big nose right on top of that beard. Okay. He's so cute already. All right, we'll go ahead and add our heart right in the center of the beard. And you can leave a little section of that heart for a highlight since it is kind of whitish gray underneath. It looks just like a highlight if you leave a little area not filled in. Now we need to wait for our heart to dry and our face to dry to add on some of our final details, but we can start lining it. And I'll talk about what I'm using today. I'm using my micron pen. This is the number 2 size. These are felt tip. So you have to be careful when you're using these on rocks. If you take good care of them, they will last a while. These are smoother rocks that I'm using this on. If you have really bumpy rocks, you want it to be a very light touch because you can wear this tip down. You also want to make sure that you're cleaning off the tip as you're working from time to time. Otherwise it will get dust in it and kind of dry out. You don't want to scrape the paint. You want to lay this on top of the paint. So I'm going to start by outlining a little bit. I use more of like a sketch style when I'm using this pen because it's so thin. And I think it just looks cute to have like that sketch outline to designs. If you want nice, solid, straight lines, you can do that as well. But I'll just show you here on the hat. You're able to get these really nice fine lines on your design. I'm trying to make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing here. Like that. All right, it looks like the rest of our paint is dry down here. We'll just outline 1 or 2 more things quickly here that I know are dry. And then we'll go in. You just don't want to use these on wet paint because you can get paint in there. So my nose looks pretty dry, so I'm going to go around and add our little nose here and a couple little eyes like so. And then I kind of pull this from side to side, little beard. All right, before we go any further, I want to add my hands on there so they have a second to dry. Just 2 little circles on either side of the heart, like that. All right, now we can come in here and line our beard. So I'm going to go down the side using those same short little sketching lines in between the feet here. And you can add a few little texture lines just kind of within the beard just to kind of give it some definition, like so. We're going to go around our heart and around our hands. Like so. And he is done, and he's adorable. And how simple was that? So we'll add him to the collection. I hope you give this guy a try or make a whole bunch of them. I'm certainly enjoying making them. They're so fun and easy to do. So make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you soon with another tutorial. Bye-bye.